Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into a quick daily read. We're going to talk about Saturday or thereabouts. Remember, energy is fluid, okay? And keep in mind as well, it's general. So just take what resonates. We have some interesting energies pre-pulled, three of which. The number 3 is significant, and excuse me, the number 2. We have the Seven of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Two of Cups. Before jumping on and beginning this interesting reading, I did hear the message of it's a day of encouragement and it's a day of good news, all right? And it's a day of connecting and potentially gaining clarity through it all. But it still feels kind of Two of Swords-ish. But the Seven of Wands talks about how a lot is coming towards you. This could be in a work environment. This could be spiritually. It could be intuitive hits. It could be as well in regards to a connection or two. I mean, we do have the Two of Cups on the board, but I do feel like there's an effortless way about how being drawn to this reading, you connect with people, and that's being utilized throughout this day. It's coming into play, and people want to see you succeed. I don't know why I'm getting that, and this could, it reminds me of this channel, even in my serving job these days. It feels like people, and this could be friends, family, people want you to succeed once again. Can't stress that enough. But I feel like there is maybe a person or two in your world that stresses way too much, and maybe is making things difficult, and Spirit's saying it's not yours to fix, right? It's not yours to adjust, but let that observation moment or two, or several for some, remind you that you are meant to have a much easier path, or just you're meant to accomplish things in a more peaceful manner. It feels like you are going about things the right way. Where there is discomfort, step away if you can, to the best of your ability. But the Page of Wands, again, encouragement, good news. And I feel like you're going to be feeling quite passionate in a new way. What does this mean to you? It could be because you've been going through a lot of healing, a lot of BS maybe. Maybe you're finding a new spark in energy, in passion within a continuing, okay, kind of bland or mundane situation. Or maybe something you care about but have lost that connection to it, or distanced yourself from it to an extent. I hope that came out right. There's a feeling of you needing to cleanse your energy, being drawn to this reading, however you know that works best for you. I was being drawn to my Palo Santo, but you know, there's several ways, incense, sage, and stuff like that. I also feel like self-care is coming into play, and those of which who have been taking care of themselves a lot better, like myself, in the recent days, weeks, or whatever period of time it is for you, they're showing you the evidence of how effective that is, right? You're smelling good, you're feeling good, you're looking clean, I feel, and things are just vibing in such an effortless manner. People want to speak to you is now also what's coming through. And I also feel like for whatever reason, there is happiness to be experienced. And that's naturally going to be experienced and looking differently for everybody drawn to the reading. But just know that you deserve the happiness that you're one with at certain points. It's as if you've been through a lot being drawn to this reading, and Spirit saying, well, let the sun shine upon you once again. Let things be easier. I'm not saying it's a day of perfection, and it shouldn't be, right? Everything, including us, entails imperfection purposely, but it does feel like you want to be happier, you are happier, and this is helping you glow. It's helping a situation improve and maybe glow as well. Interesting. I'm being shown a lightning bolt. It's as if like some of which onto the reading recently experienced a storm or two, or maybe a tower moment or two, and they're saying that you are giving off healed vibes. Beautiful. And I do want to say as well that you are such a grounded, abundant individual being drawn to this reading, and it shows, all right? When you do something better than somebody else, they're saying don't speak upon it, but just notice it. It's very, very key for you, right? And for some, it's intertwined with your soul growth. But I feel like there is naturally abundance to gain throughout this day. Is that going to be money for you? For some, it could naturally be talking about this happiness and experiencing and fulfillment all the meanwhile. I want to say at least part of it's going to be connection oriented. But I do want to say that somebody is getting a new job. That's absolutely beautiful. If you've been looking for one, it's now time for things to shift on forward in your favor. But I do feel like regardless, it's a day that reminds you, wherever you have been lacking, it's not going to be much longer or at all for that lack to be dissipating. That was not the best wording, but they're saying Abundance is yours now and more so moving forward for the taking, period. And again, remember, that comes in so many different forms. I feel like for a lot of which Spirit's communicating very clearly, you will have more than enough financial stability. Beautiful. Those of which thinking outside the box in regards to overcoming, accomplishing, and connecting, absolutely fabulous. Keep that rolling, okay? Don't overdo it. Again, everything balanced and organically in moderation. Interesting. But they're saying it's working, okay? It's helping. Sometimes you have to just take a different approach or just look at something differently, right? And things feel fresh and maybe get done easier. But the Magician card coming out, what did you recently manifest in a small sense? All right. This morning I woke up way too early and I was so freaking exhausted. And I'm sure being drawn to this reading, you know that I've been struggling with my sleep. And I literally spoke out loud as I was laying in this bed behind me. And I said, I'm going to sleep. And I fell back asleep and I feel so damn refreshed. And that's what it's going to be for me. But for you, it's going to be something completely different. And I feel like you are being reminded you have the magical ability to imagine, to believe, to speak things into existence. And that was only one absolutely amazing aspect of who you're becoming in this world. And they're saying what you choose to wear, or maybe what you have to wear throughout this day, is very significant for you. I do feel like you're going to recognize something of importance, and this will help you tweak something else in your world. But yeah, they're also saying where you feel like staying in your own bubble, trust that. But when you feel like stepping outside of that bubble, or maybe letting somebody into it, if you will, that's also something to be trusted and to be one with. It's as if you deserve more connections, more connecting. And that's not just talking about people. It's talking about experiences, right? Expressing yourself as part of this day. They're reminding me to slow it down. It reminds me of, say, at a day-to-day job where people, expectations, the vibe, the energy is making you feel like you have to rush. Maybe it's how someone's watching you. Slow it down. Slow and steady wins the race in this case. You're going to find that Spirit's reminding you that you are very capable at this point, maybe an example in the sense of avoiding mistakes and stumbles along the way. And so why rush and cause issues, right? That can be prevented. I feel like you're as well going to be thinking about rings, other accessories potentially. You're going to feel like people just want to understand you better. It's not their place to know, okay? I do feel like as well, this day highlights wrongdoing. It reminds me of this random reader. First of all, she's doing too much and she's not real, but she's been stealing my thumbnails and other people's as well rapidly and just utilizing them and adjusting them. But Spirit's saying there's justice to be acquired, and spirits are working at a distance to make sure that people don't keep up with the BS. Very interesting. And it was kind of reminded to me as I put my hands up where I'm not getting in the middle of that, but let the justice prevail, okay? Let it come to be. The Ace of Wands as well with the Death and Rebirth card, it feels like you're going to be shown the way throughout this day in an effortless manner, but it kind of feels as if you are in the midst of a death and rebirth within your world, right? I don't know why I just did that. We're getting ready to turn the key and open up a new door for you is what I'm getting. I feel like you are experiencing a mental capacity of knowledge that's beautiful. Maybe things are coming back to you, Spirit's plopping things in your brain, but I feel like you're very strategic again and passionate, and that's being highlighted. Let's wrap up this reading by saying this is meant to be a very happy and connected day. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light.